So I'm from financial aid. I have seen several of your faces down in the financial aid office, and you guys have had questions about how do I know if I'm getting a refund? Has my financial aid gone through? Your PAWS count is really designed to be able to answer all of those questions for you all. Is there any one of you that does not mind logging into PAWS so that we can see an account as an example? Okay, whichever one is cool. Thank you. You just touch the screen. Okay, they're fancy. They are fancy up here in Trio.
For real, we're fancy.
We need that down in financial aid. Some of the alarm is just going off. Hey, how are you? Good. Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. So when you log into PAWS, one thing that I do want to mention is it's going to look a little bit different when you log in on a computer versus your cell phone. And I have noticed that a lot of students, when they come into the office, sometimes I may say, go to this or go to that. They can't find it, or all the buttons may not be there. And it just really depends on the dimensions on your phone is what I'm starting to see. So the easiest way to look, while it is available on your cell phone, the easiest way to look at PAWS is really on a computer. The first thing I'm going to start with is right here, Panther Answers. So if you have questions that you want answered, the fastest way to get a response is by submitting a Panther Answer ticket. When you select Panther Answer, it's going to take you here to where you can ask a question, you're submitting a case, sending an email, you can schedule an appointment with admissions, an academic advisor, registration, or my department, financial aid. Okay? Scheduling an appointment is really good because you guys can, instead of coming in the office, you're still getting that experience because it's face to face. And then also we can do things like share our computer screen. So sometimes if, let's say for example, you're submitting a SAP appeal and you're not quite sure, you know, what to do next, you can share your screen with us and we can tell you what to do as opposed to you having to come into the office. So this is a really good feature to use. These are telephone numbers, of course, for you to be able to speak with us. So there's a lot of information here. Even sometimes, let's just say, for example, you wanted to ask a question like, what's a common question that y'all have? Y'all tell me.
How to be a student worker.
How to be a student worker. That's very good. So really, a lot of the questions that y'all ask, you can literally type in Google, how to be a student worker, GSU, or Federal Financial Aid, GSU. And it's going to come up with the website to show you Handshake. And you go through Handshake, and then at the end, you understand everything that there is to know about being a student worker. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go back over here. So a lot of times when you initially log in, the first thing that you're going to see also is next steps for accepted student checklist. So you just read through those things, and anytime, see this, great job. Excellent. He has done everything that he needs to do. Awesome. We like to see that. Okay, so, but this is going to tell you, though, if you have anything else that's needed. Another thing that I want to make sure that I mention as well, in regards to this PAWS account telling you everything that you need to know, sometimes I have seen where maybe you needed to do a SAP appeal, and we'll have another workshop about SAP appeals at another time. But maybe you needed to do a SAP appeal, and then it's time for classes to start in 2 weeks, and you're like, I don't have my financial aid. What's going on? Where's my money? Well, if you would log into PAWS, you would see you needed a SAP appeal, and that's why you don't have your money. So PAWS tells you everything. Log in and just see what's going on. Don't wait until the last minute to stop by to see us. Okay, let me see what we're going to say. So first things first, right here. 2024, my financial aid. This is an important column. It says, our records indicate that you had not accepted your financial aid awards. Please review your awards. So all you do is you go right here to my financial aid awards. When you select that, it's telling you right here on the home screen what's been accepted and then what's pending. So if it's something that you don't want to accept, you're going to, or something that you are going to accept, this is just important that you need to do. You come here, and this shows you at the top your offers. This, a lot of students get confused by, because they will see this and they think that we're charging for food and housing, transportation, and they're like, but I don't get housing. Why y'all charging me for housing? We're not. This says non-billable items. So this is an estimated cost of attendance if you were to have all of these services, like for an example, an Atlanta campus student. Okay? So if it doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. It's non-billable charges. And then when you come down, it tells you what your grants and scholarships are. And typically we will accept grants and scholarships for you because it's free money you're not paying back. The only thing that we do not accept on your behalf are going to be your loans. So when you come here, you see how this box is there and it pops up? You can accept your loans, decline your loans, or you can even modify them. When you modify, you can put in an amount the amount that you want if you don't want to accept all of the loans. You want to decline?
Wait.
You gonna wait? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go do it though. Okay. We know you won't, because you don't even have nothing that's required and outstanding. Yep, I left it. Okay. Let me put this in. Put it back on select. There we go. All right, so we good right there. Anybody have any questions about this page? Y'all gotta talk to me, because like I'm interactive.
We're good.
We're
I'm
good. Thank you.
We're good.
Yes.
Curious.
All right. So that is that. Oh, let me go back over here. Let me see something. I'm not gonna click on all of these tabs, but when you have time to go in them, you can look at your financial aid history, resources, notifications. This one right here we'll go over when we have the one about meeting SAP, because SAP does also affect your financial aid. But this screen also lets you know whether or not you're meeting the satisfactory academic process standards to know if you are still eligible for financial aid. Okay? Very good. So let's go back here. We talked about that. The very next thing that we're gonna go over is my bill. This tells you, what does my bill tell you?
How much you got to pay for school?
How much you got to pay for school? Yes. So if we come here and if this was negative $1,500, what would that mean?
You
Your
got a nice
refund.
refund.
I owe you a nice refund. That's right. Anytime you see a negative number, that is a refund. So I have seen a lot of people come and say, well, this is negative 1,500. I don't have that much. That's a refund, friend. Okay?
All you do, hey, put it in your pocket, get hands.
And then also, if there was a bill here that was an actual number that was due, if you click on details when you're in your PAWS account, this is going to show you details about what's due and what was subtracted and all of that kind of thing, okay? So it would show like $2,000, and then let's just say we took off $1,000 for the Pell grant. It would show you that Pell was subtracted, and it would show you what was left if you clicked on details. All right, view pay account. Click on Panther Pay. Here we go. And it's gonna take you in here where you are actually able to view your billing statements. So you can view your activity, you can view, you can enroll in the payment plan, or you can make a payment. Okay, so this is, I tell you, PAWS is where you can do everything. Let's go to view statements. See, you can even get your 1098 when it's time to file taxes. You get that from your PAWS account. You don't come in the financial aid office for it. We can't provide it. You get it out of PAWS, and you can print it. But this will even just show you, let me see something. View all activity right here. So I'm gonna try to make it go fast so we can't see it all. But this even just shows you detail by detail what you were charged for. So sometimes people are like, okay, well, what does that balance include? This is gonna show you everything that includes your balance. All right. Okay, let's see. This is important, tuition classification. You always want to look at your PAWS account to make sure that's correct. That affects what your bill is. So if you are classified as an out-of-state student, your tuition and fees are going to be significantly higher than an in-state student. If you know that you've been a Georgia resident and you filed taxes in Georgia, you've been here for at least 12 consecutive months, then that shouldn't be out-of-state, that should be in-state. Y'all need to change my bill. So that's when you need to talk to us, or create a Panther answer ticket, right? This tells you your last refund amount. When you want to say, a lot of times people will say, well, how do I get my refund? Select your refund options by going to refund options through your PAWS account. It takes you to Bank Mobile. Well, what's supposed to happen is the Bank Mobile sign-in page will come up right here. Sign in, and then you will see two options to be able to either select a Bank Mobile card that they mail to you, or you would put the have your refund to go into your regular checking account. Now, one thing that's important to note, we advertise the dates that we are processing refunds and dispensing them, but they go out in batches. So we cannot tell you what specific day you're gonna get your refund in your specific account, okay? But we can tell you, well, we process your refund on September the 6th. From that point on, you have to wait for Bank Mobile to send you that notification that says we have a refund on your behalf. It'll be deposited in your account within 1 to 2 business days. Anybody got that nice email in the last couple days?
I woke up this morning with my bank.
Look, me too, at 6 a.m. What you say?
A week, I have a few days.
It took a week? Yeah, it depends on your bank.
No.
So, go.
Normally, refunds processed after the first 2 weeks, right? After classes are verified and everything like that. So like that first batch would be that Friday of the second week, right? Of classes, or is it?
What week are we in now? We in 3?
This is
Yeah,
the
the
third
first,
one.
the second Friday of.
So the one that
second
just
week.
passed, pretty much,
The
was the
6th.
first. Got you.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was the first batch.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. But everybody doesn't go in the same batch though. That's important to know. So they do batches twice a week until they process everybody. So that's how we can't really tell you exactly what date you would get your check. But know that it's coming. This tells you if you have any sponsor authorization payments, if you have any waivers. Let's see, we talked about viewing your financial aid status. Right here in PAWS, this is more for the registration. What's very important as well that affects your financial aid is CPAWS, meaning does the class that you're taking count towards a course of study or the program that you are enrolled in? If it doesn't, financial aid will not pay for it. So you know, for your loans to pay out, how many hours do you need to be enrolled in for your loans to pay out? How many? Did somebody say 2? 6? I heard a 6. 12.
35.
35.
So, I'm playing.
6. You need to be enrolled in 6 credit hours for your loans to pay out. So what would happen? Would your loans pay if you're enrolled in 2 classes, but when you checked your CPAWS in your Panther account, you saw that only 1 class was counted towards your degree? Would your loans pay? I see 2 no's.
No.
3 no's. 4
Wait, can you ask
no's.
that again?
Anybody? Okay. So if you log into CPAWS, you register for 6 hours, and you see that only 1 of those classes, so only 3 hours, actually count towards your degree.
Yeah.
Will your financial aid pay? Why not?
Because it's not counted towards your degree. They only paying for what you need.
Right. And so according to financial aid, you're only registered in their eyes for 3 hours is not going to pay. You're absolutely right. But this is where you can check that. And if the CPAWS is not counted, if you've taken a class that doesn't count towards your degree, which office should you go to? Should you come to financial aid or should you see your advisor?
Advisement.
Thank you.
And not admission either.
She said not admissions either. You guys are quick. That's what I like. Okay. This tells you what your GPA is. Let's see how many withdrawals you have left available to take. There is a difference. If you qualify for HOPE, you would also see on here the HOPE GPA, because HOPE GPA is different from the institutional GPA. Georgia State has no control over that. You have to talk to the Georgia Student Finance Commission in order to get that updated. Okay?
What is HOPE GPA?
Huh?
What is HOPE GPA?
At least a 3.0. But for HOPE, they made certain classes, yeah, they may not accept that we accept, or like if you did a repeat to replace that we may accept, but they might not accept. It's just different little nuances to it that something we take, but they don't. This tells you your degree or major or pathway. This tells you the semester that we are currently in. This tells you who your academic advisor is. So, and then also, of course, their email address. Does anybody have any questions about this so far?
So, if I were to take out some money for either my loan, for like my bachelor and awards, or either federal pay grant, what would so which one would I have to be owed for, and which one would I have to be like I don't have to own one?
So the Pell Grant is the one that you would not pay any money back. That's free, it's yours. Merry Christmas. The subsidized loan is the one where you do have to pay it back, but the interest does not start on the loan until you've been out of school for 6 months. Now, it doesn't mean graduated, just not taking classes at all. It will trigger them to start sending you letters to say you owe
You better pay that money.
for finance, yeah, for your loans. And also, let me add one more thing before we go on. Let's say, for example, you graduate here, but then you go over to the Atlanta campus to finish up, to, get your 4-year degree. That will also trigger it. So then you have to talk to them, there's like a form you fill out so that they can stop harassing you for payments. But to answer your question, the subsidized and the unsubsidized loans are the ones that you pay back. The unsubsidized loan is the loan where the interest starts as soon as financial aid, the Department of Education pays Georgia State, interest immediately starts. Even though you don't have to pay it back until 6 months after you're out of school, that interest is gonna be accruing the whole time you're in school. Yeah. So a lot of times, most people will accept this, but then they'll hold off on this and only take this if they absolutely need it. What other questions we had? I think you had a question?
Yeah, okay, so you get, what's it called? A refund both semesters, like each semester?
So, let me ask you this. So, $6,767 is split in two. You don't get that whole thing just for fall, it's split in two.
Oh, that's a lot of money for just for fall, yeah, they just.
Right. You don't need that much on a perimeter campus.
Right.
What if I don't plan on going to school in the fall, in the spring, I want all my money in the fall. Can you have it?
No.
No. What's the one circumstance where you can have it?
You got local classes or something, I don't know.
If this is your graduating semester, if you graduate this semester, then you can make a request to say, I want all of my money for this semester. That's the only circumstance.
So for now, you can only have half.
Let's say, for example, as well, if you needed to fill out, do a SAP appeal, you will also find that in your PAWS, instead of this saying view my financial aid award, it will say financial aid verification. It'll say something, I can't remember what it will say, but it will take, when you click this, it'll take you to verify my FAFSA and allow you to fill out your SAP appeal, okay? If you had requirements due, then as soon as you log into PAWS, a box will pop up and it'll tell you what those requirements are and it'll make you acknowledge them before you can see what else is in your account. Don't ignore those. Come and talk to us or do a Panther answer ticket to ask, what is it that I need to do? What are y'all asking me for? Also, if you haven't completed a FAFSA, you will see that in here. It'll say our records indicate that we have not received your FAFSA, okay? So all of those things are important. We cannot award you financial aid if we do not have a FAFSA. So what kind of things does the FAFSA look for? What awards? Pell Grant, unsubsidized loans, what else? Subsidized loans, HOPE, Zell Miller. It's gonna check for all of that when you fill out the FAFSA, okay? Did you have a question?
Yeah, so a SAP appeal, would I fill that out if like my Pell Grant dropped a good bit, but nothing changed?
Mm-mm.
No?
So the Pell Grant, if you still qualify for Pell Grant and you saw a decrease in the amount that you got, it was based off of two things. Either you made more money than you did before, and if that didn't happen, it's off of the number of hours that you registered for. So it's gonna pay out based off the number of hours. To get maximum Pell, you have to be registered in 12 out, 15 hours? 12 or 15, is it 12?
Yeah, full
It's
time.
12, full time. To get the maximum Pell, yeah. What other questions do we have?
So is your GPA the GPA for like that semester?
It's kind of, basically like the semester both. It's your current GPA, not including what you're doing now. Let's put it like that. Because you'd have to wait until the end of fall semester and your grades to go in for the GPA to be updated in a year.
So to apply for HOPE, because that's still part of you, right?
Yes.
So I'll be hitting 60 credit hours after this semester. Would I go to you guys, or would I fill out the thing on HOPE's website?
You would you can check your eligibility on the HOPE website if you choose to, but you would talk to us, so once your grades go in, after for those 60 hours, then you would either do a Panther answer ticket or come into us and say, hey, could you please recheck my HOPE eligibility? And then we send it to the processors, they check it for you, and if you're not eligible, we put it on your account.
Would I be able to see that, like, if I were to fill that out as soon as this semester ended, would I be able to see that in the spring?
You will see it in the spring, when your financial aid goes on your account for spring, yeah.
So with HOPE, if you lose it, right, you don't apply and get it back the very next, it's every 30, 60, 90 credit hours? Okay.
Yeah, does everybody understand what he's talking about? And then how many times can you earn HOPE back after you lose it? Once. So if you lose HOPE, you get one more chance. And then we will not check it until, like he said, 30, 60, or 90 credit hours, whichever came first. And if you lost it again, that's it, no more HOPE. You got a question? No? Okay. Any more questions? No? This little column over here is supposed to be like GSU quick links, and it should give you like account information. So when you click that, it gives you all of the same, a lot of the same things that we went into under other tabs is all right here. View and pay your account, housing rates, meal plan rates, but of course if it doesn't apply, it won't be billed. Oops, here we go. Opt-in, this is an important one. I would recommend opt-in to texting, because when you have different notifications, things that you need to know about from PAWS, it can come to your cell phone. You can view your transfer credits, you can, what else? Student emails, iCollege, Panther cash balance. So if you want to add cash to your Panther cards, you can. You just can go right here and add the money to the card. What would you use that for besides the bookstore?
Here, probably nothing else.
Yeah.
Or printing at the
Print-
library.
Yeah.
Printing. Oh yeah, in the library.
Ain't nothing else.
That's just
Nothing
money.
else.
We can turn it here for free.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So like
y'all
down
got good.
there, really nothing.
Yes, stick with Trio. Y'all got good. Let's see. We also, anytime you communicate with us, if you come in the office, if you talk to us on a video message, whatever the contact is that you have with us, we will always send you an email to your student email after the interaction to let you know what we discussed. That's important because you want to have it in writing. Who told you that you were getting a refund when you actually owe $3,000? You want that in writing. So check your student emails. Let's see, financial aid information. You have websites. This is the Scholarship Center, Resource Center. That's important. You can fill out that application in the GSU Scholarship Portal, and then they will check to see which scholarships you qualify for, and if you do, they'll put them on your account. So why not go for free money? It's just an application that you need to fill out. If you have any scholarships, Pell Grant, all of the free money, we apply that first, and then your loans after that, okay? If you make a payment with the credit card, and then your loans hit, when we get ready to process refunds, believe it or not, The money that you spent from your card, it goes back there first. Whatever is left over, it goes to a refund, to your bank mobile, okay? So that's something that we're seeing a lot of people coming in now about, I didn't get the right amount. Check your bank card, cause it went back there. Let's see, new students for next steps, all of that information is there. Your records and transcripts, if you need to change your emergency contact, change your phone number, final grades, view your grade point average, your repeat to replace history, all of that stuff is there. Refund information right here. Registration information. So all of this stuff, everything that you really need to know, do I do well in online courses? Okay, all of that stuff is right here. Sponsor billing authorizations. If you had anybody that's like sponsoring you, like United Way gave you a scholarship or whatever, all of that is there. Here is Handshake that we were talking about before. Pause for a cause, just everything that you could possibly need. GSU election information to vote for student population. So all of this stuff, everything you need is here in your PAWS account. And then if you utilize it, you don't have to wait 30 minutes to see us. In the busy time. When it's not busy, then
Right.
we
It's
can see you
cool.
really quick, yeah. But like when everybody was getting into fall semester and then now for refunds, the wait times are longer because you get full
And it's all information that's on your PAWS.
on your PAWS account.
And that's why we wanted to put this on, so that way you all can utilize this information on your own, and that way you wouldn't have to wait 30, 45 minutes for a quick 2-second answer. So yeah.
So and I'm done. So what are the 3 ways that you can communicate with us?
Ticket.
Ticket, Panther,
Ticket,
and
Panther email, which is a ticket. What else?
Schedule.
In person and what?
Schedule online.
A
and
video
figure with
appointment.
screen.
Yep. That's it. Hey, Jen. Yep. So that is everything. Definitely when you come by our office, I just want to remind you guys, you should see the big poster board that tells you to sign in here, stop signing here, and then wait to be seated. We're not doing that to be rude. We're doing that because we want to protect students' privacy. And if we have someone in the office, or if we're on virtual appointments in the office, we don't want you to walk in the door and, hear somebody's business. So that is everything. If you guys don't have any other questions, thank you for listening. Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.